Welcome to my story. Hey guys! So I know I'm a little bit behind on uploading my videos because I've been super busy. So I want to talk today about my diet and what I went through a little bit before surgery and what I went through after surgery up until this point. So I had my surgery November 2nd of 2021, and it is currently February 12th of 2022, which is crazy. So before I had surgery, I had to go on a 5-day liquid diet. For some of you that know me personally, you saw me go through it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because I was able to drink my protein shakes and get it in. And so I felt full. I wasn't super hungry. Of course there was things that I wanted to eat that I couldn't, but it overall was pretty good. So after going through that, the only thing is that I feel like I would have been a lot worse if I didn't have the vitamins, because before I went in, they of course drew my blood and checked everything out, and I needed a higher dose of certain vitamins before I did the surgery. So that also helped me, because since I was getting what I actually needed for my body, then I was prepared for it. Now I will say, on day 5, the last day that I had to be on my liquid diet, before I had surgery the next day, was horrible, because at this point, my son was eating, my mom was eating, everybody else was eating around me, and I couldn't eat. And so mentally it was just super frustrating. I mean, I was like, oh man, I wish I could eat that, but I don't regret it. So then I went in the next day to have surgery, and they got me all ready, and I was actually not nervous at all. I was ready for this change. And so I was actually excited. I mean, I knew that it was going to be recovery after it, but I was ready. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous that I wasn't doing the right thing. I knew that it was what I needed to do. So after surgery, the first couple hours after I woke up, I was in and out of it. I was on pain medication, so it was not good. I was half awake all the time, and I only had to stay for a full 24 hours, and then I actually got to go home, which was super nice. But I was not hungry at all. I took maybe, if you know, the medicine cups, I took maybe, an ounce of fluid. So I had IVs, of course, and everything to keep me hydrated, because, they just performed the surgery, so I couldn't, I couldn't drink a lot anyway. So that was to help my body, stay hydrated while I was in there, and, wasn't feeling like I was thirsty. They say eat, but you're drinking. So a full week from the day you had surgery, so a week out, you have to be on a liquid diet, because you have to go through what's called progression stages to expand your stomach after they have sewn it up and stuff, and it's healing, but not to severely stretch it out or rupture or anything. Because I had the switch, which is a sleeve, so they take 80-90% of your stomach, and then they bypassed a part of my small intestine. Then I had to not only be careful about my stomach, but I had to be careful about my intestine that they reattached. So I followed everything they said, and I slowly got better and better. It was a little painful, as in the pain from the 5 incisions that I have right now 3-4 months out. I don't know exactly. can't do the math in my head right now. It's nothing. I mean, I have little marks on my stomach, but it's nothing. And so the first week is a liquid diet still. So that was a little rough, but I wasn't really hungry. So I was just exhausted because I wasn't getting like everything that I needed to get in my body. The second week is like pureed foods. And I mean like pureed, like not soft foods, like pureed. Now some foods may be considered soft and pureed, but like pureed was more for like meats and like hard vegetables and stuff like that, whereas like stuff like yogurts or cottage cheese was technically a soft food, but it was considered okay for my pureed stage. They also try to limit any sugars, fats, like you don't want sugars at all. One, because you're trying to like cleanse your body, so sugars just like are not a thing. So everything like sugar-free, like even my Jell-O that I had, popsicles, everything sugar-free. And then my pureed food, most of it was like beans or like vegetables pureed. I couldn't eat any kind of meat even if it was pureed because it was still too like chunky for that stage. So I had to wait a while on that. After the pureed stage, it was soft foods, which was mainly vegetables and stuff that were cooked, and I feel like that's mainly what it was. It was similar. I was able to have like avocados, and they said tofu, but I don't eat tofu, so wasn't a thing. And then after that, it was introducing slowly like those harder foods or like ground meats and then regular meats. I could actually eat fish way before I could eat any kind of ground meat or any kind of like regular meat. So fish was the first thing, which in my case is awesome because I love fish. Any kind of fish, seafood, it was awesome for me because I could eat it. Now I still couldn't eat a lot. My portion size was like this big. So it was pretty small, like smaller than like maybe half my palm is what I could eat. And then I was drinking a lot of water. I use Propel water, which is my favorite. Absolutely. They should sponsor me. But anyway. So after that, it was just slowly incorporating those harder foods. I will say up until a month and a half, which is when my like special diet of like pages they give you ended. That was when I actually first ate like hard meat and like hard vegetables, like salad and stuff like that. Like I couldn't eat that like in the weeks before because my stomach, like it was just too hard. Also, any kind of breads, pastas, anything like that, I did try them when I was allowed to, because for me, like in my life, it was a big part of my life to have, you know, like a sandwich with bread, you know, like, and I couldn't do all those things, or pasta, like with my chicken or something, like I couldn't do that. So, when I tried it and tried to add it back in, because also like rice is actually a good substance, for like keeping you full, but even things like that were really heavy on my stomach, and I just wasn't able to eat. Like I could eat like a couple bites, but it wasn't something that I was like, ooh, yeah, that's what I want to eat. So I kind of stay away from that now. Occasionally I have it, but I try not to because it fills me up really fast and it's like really heavy on my stomach. So today is February 12th and about 3-4 months post-op. And I have lost a total since I started my journey of the 6 months process before you can have surgery. I weighed 333 pounds, and today I weigh 247. Within the last week, I've lost 5 pounds. which brings my total to 86 pounds that I've lost, which is really good. My BMI is severely down from when I started, but I will get them if you guys would like. Leave a comment if you'd like to know what my BMI was. Other than that, I eat pretty normally now. I still eat smaller amounts. I can't eat big meals. I try to focus on seafoods, greens, and protein in every single meal. Protein is the first thing, for sure. And I try to stay away from anything super sugary, but that doesn't always happen. Occasionally I have sweet tea because I drink water the majority of the time, and occasionally I need that just extra. Also, I had issues with my blood sugar being so low from working out too hard and not having enough like substance in my body to like accumulate for that, I guess. So occasionally I carry a juice pouch around with me as well, because when my blood sugar goes low, I'm at risk for fainting and I get really bad shakes and stuff. So that's probably the only sugar that I actually have in my diet, and it's not a lot also. Occasionally I do have chocolate, but it's like 1 or 2 grams of sugar, so it falls within my parameters. But yeah, so that is my update for how my diet went. Check back for more videos and follow me to get notified when I post new videos. Thanks, guys.